Oh. Hello, Internet.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
My
Uh,
audio didn't like that.
Oh. No?
My
Oh.
audio didn't like that. There we go.
Hold on to what? Hold on to what?
I figured it out. Twitch wasn't muted.
Oh. Hello, Internet. Again.
I may have done that a couple weeks ago, too.
Welcome to Wednesday Night Dice.
Hi.
So it's a little midweek palate cleanser where we sit around and roll dice and cause chaos and do everything else that we're not allowed to do in real life because it's rude or illegal. I'm Dustin. I'll be your dungeon master this evening. We're joined, of course, by our familiar cast: Rhodes, Sam, Court, and Tina. Say hello, nerds.
Hello, nerds.
Hello, nerds.
I'm so glad you guys picked up on that immediately. Before we begin with tonight's festivities, there's a couple of shout outs and announcements I'd like to make, as we often do. First up, shout out to Incarnate and Dungeon Alchemist. Those are the two map making tools that I use more than anything else. They are both fantastic programs, and you should check it out. We also have Foundry VTT. Without Foundry, all of those maps that I make would just be sitting on my computer and I wouldn't be able to share them with the players. So that's important. We also have Hero Forge to make some amazing minis. I used Hero Forge to make our starting soon screen. You might also see our Be Right Back screen. I did all of that in Hero Forge, and it's amazing. Fantasy name generators, because all of those characters need names, because someone in the party is always going to ask, oh, what's their name? And the dungeon master always says, shit, I didn't give them a name. We also have, we won't be using it this evening, but another tool that we've used a lot on the channel is Sirenscape and Monument Studios for music and sound effects, and a lot of great stuff there. I learned today that Monument Studios is running a monster Black Friday sale. There is, I forget the name of the pack. Some of their stuff is like 90% off. And
It was the 2022 pack?
Yeah, it was the 2022 pack. Was like, I think it was like $30, something like that.
Originally like 300.
Yeah. And if you use promo code Nerdhouse15 at checkout, that stacks. I also learned that this afternoon. So go check them out. Last but not least, we are, the whole reason we're here doing this is raising money for the Extra Life Foundation. We're still a little bit short of our goal for the year, but we're working on it. You can make donations this evening. Players and viewers can donate $2. It's a Black Friday special on Nerdhouse Tabletop. $2 gives you advantage on your next die roll. So viewers, you can throw those out to the players if they need some help. Players, I am A-okay with the pay-to-win strategy. And also, any bits or subs that Nerdhouse gets tonight, we will match those 4 Extra Life donations. So that's cool as well. I think that's all of the announcements and shout-outs that I had. So without further ado, welcome to Skytown. Skytown is the Switching to my other notes. Skytown is not so much a shanty town. It is the surface city of Kor Savabru, the city at the edge of the ocean. Um, Skytown is ruled by a council of 6 dwarven families. And those 6 dwarven families control the 12 guilds of the city that essentially control everything from banking to industry to commerce to everything in between. Um, so before we set the scene, I would like everyone to roll a percentile die. And Rhodes, we will start with you. We're just gonna do some getting to know the new characters questions.
Sure. 30.
30. What what would most people think when they first see your character? And if you wouldn't mind introducing your character as well.
Sure. I am playing Zilny Bronzebrand. He just goes by Zil most of the time. He is a rock gnome gunslinger, former cop. Unfortunately, the guild for cops doesn't have a great pension or retirement plan. So, in his older years, he is moonlighting as an adventurer in order to make ends meet. Um, I guess probably the first thing that people would notice, maybe not in this town and within the like mountain city itself, but probably once he's adventuring, is that he is actually missing like from the elbow down part his arm, and so he has like a mechanical arm there. So outside of this very steampunk associated area, that does tend to stand out.
Okay. Sam,
Uh,
what did you get?
83.
83. How far is your character willing to go to pursue the greater good? And do they believe in a greater good at all?
My character is Alula, Freckles, Soot Eye, Nicola, Beastcrafter, Apple. You can call her Lula. And she is paired with her Steel Defender, Brutus, who is a medium-sized Mastiff creation. She is a Battlesmith.
Battlesmith.
Thank you. Artificer, Rock Gnome. In terms of greater good, I like to think she's more on the optimistic side. Probably a little more chaotic good if you were to align her with something. Which then leads into probably her doing, if it was a matter of following the rules to get to help do something good, I think she would be willing to break some rules in order to do so. Anything more than that may be a bit of a conversation to be had for now. But I like to think that she thinks rules are a bit stringent sometimes and a little ridiculous.
Okay. Excellent. So, doesn't mind breaking a few rules that get in the way of something better.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Excellent. Tina.
I rolled a 39.
39. Is there any particular weapon, item, etc., that your character longs to find?
I don't think that they long to find a weapon. They are a weapon. My character is Endeavor, a Warforged moon druid, and they were intended to be, at one point, the steel defender for Lula. But something went awry during their creation, and, well, they're sentient and they have a nature connection that they've been exploring. So they're not really looking for weapons, but they're learning how to be a better weapon.
Okay. And last but certainly not least, Court.
68.
68. Do, do, do. I have to check where you guys are on the overlay. So the character next to you and the character above you, so Lula and Zill, are both telling you two different versions of the same story. Who do you believe?
I think it depends on the story. Helia Dragon Fury is a dwarf for all intents and purposes. She looks quite young, but there's a wisdom behind the steel blue eyes. The eyes outshone only by her flaming red hair. She is a master of spycraft and inquisitive rogue, and I think she is very inclined to take the word of her former police colleague Zill.
Okay. And then one more question for the group. It is my understanding that all of you have chosen to join the Deep Armory Guild. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then, without further ado, your party sits at a corner table of your favorite drinking spot, the Mutton Shop. The proprietor, Edwin Frosthandle, approaches your table with a new round of drinks. He Edwin is a hill dwarf, as many people are in this city. It being controlled and governed by the Dwarven Empire. He has medium length black hair and a stylish and waxed mustache and goatee. He also bears a small mark of the Anvilbron clan on his neck and throat. And he approaches your table, sets down your second round of drinks, and says, "Well, is this be all for you? Need anything else at the moment?"
What time of day is it?
I'll say it's mid-afternoon, maybe.
Probably already ate lunch. All right, fine.
After lunch. After
okay.
lunch, not quite dinner.
Okay. Then Zill will just say, no, I think this is good for me at least, and I'll start drinking his whatever ale is in front of him. He can't afford to be very picky.
Let's see. Edwin kind of does one of these. Anyone else?
Nope.
Gotta keep the wits about us.
Ain't that the truth? Um, just as Edwin turns to walk away back to the bar, there are a few other patrons in the inn right now, but it's not too busy. The door, uh, the door to the inn, opens, and a very lithe, tall halfling, tall for a halfling, wearing dyed blue armor and a black cloak and hood, enters, scans the room a bit, and approaches Lula and says, uh, do, do, do. And this halfling approaches Lula and says, I Alula, and just like scans this long list of names. You're Alula, right?
Who's asking?
The halfling like pulls open a flap on their shirt to expose a badge, and it is the symbol of the Deep Armory.
Hmm.
And says Deep Armory Runner, and hands you a package and turns to leave.
I'll open it real quick.
Okay.
Oh. We should be careful with that.
You open the package, and the package contains a letter and 10 gold pieces. The note reads, rumors are beginning to spread of misconduct among the guilds. I have not the time nor ability to confirm these rumors, but there is a common thread. Trallin Billowboots. An advance of 15 crowns should be sufficient to begin your investigation. It is imperative that this investigation be done in secret and without
I stopped
outside...
reading. You said 10 had fallen out of the envelope?
Mm-hmm.
Is he out the door yet?
Make a... Just make a straight wisdom roll.
I'm not good at those. 14.
He is already out the door.
Brutus! Go. I send Brutus after him.
Okay.
I nudge
Brutus.
Endeavor and just says, does it bother you that she goes to him instead of you?
No. She stares daggers after the dog. You can see that little twitch that's like they're half inclined to turn into a dog and go instead and be a better dog. But they're gonna rein it in.
Sam.
Yes.
I need Brutus to make an athletics check.
Oh god, hold on, I gotta find his stat block.
And I need Endeavor to make a wisdom saving throw.
Athletics.
Which dice do we want?
Ooh,
That one.
it's +5 to athletics? Go. It is.
26.
I feel like I need Brutus dice.
You absolutely need Brutus dice.
Yeah.
You have some with little puppers in them, Tina.
Get the ones
I'll
with the
give
little
them- I'll
powders
give
and the
them to you,
little paw
Tina.
prints.
Tina, remind me, I'll find them after and I'll give them to you.
23. Or 22,
20.
I'm sorry.
22?
Yeah.
Alright.
Dude roll better
And-
fucking Brutus rolls better than I do.
Endeavor.
Good dog.
That's gonna
Good
be a
dog.
theme.
He's a good
Yeah.
boy.
He is the best boy.
Does he have one
Endeavor.
blue eye?
You are successfully able to reel it in, and the urge to the urge to wild shape into a dog and go after this runner does not take hold. Brutus leaps clear over the table, being on the same side of the table that you are on against the wall. Brutus leaps clear over the table and darts out the door. And disappears from sight.
I immediately yell to the group, "We have a quest," and I'll slide the letter to Zill. "We have a quest, but that messenger shorted us some cash. And I will take off after Brutus, knowing that I am definitely slower. But I just want to get eyes."
Okay.
I'm gonna follow.
I will be taking off after Lula.
I'll follow Lula at my top speed.
Same. I'll take the note and I'll like shove it into my pocket. It's probably gonna get all crinkly now, but yeah, I'll follow too.
I assume you take the 10 gold pieces.
Well, yeah.
As well.
Yeah, if that was left on the table, then like
Yeah.
whatever was left on
it's
the
probably
table,
like in
other
the
than drinks,
envelope, and
I'll just like swipe, shove in the pocket.
Okay. I need the rest of you to all make athletics checks.
Oh. Well, I'm theoretically good at that. 14.
Oh. Not that dice. That dice is not for her.
Is this your test drive of all of your dice?
Gotta run through them.
I feel like I should be using metal dice too. Maybe I need to find my metal dice for Brutus.
I rolled a natural 1.
Ooh.
Okay.
But I have -1 to athletics. So...
Oh no!
All right.
That dice went to jail.
That dice went to jail. 12.
Okay. And Tina, what did you get?
14.
Okay. Rose, you got a 14 as well?
Correct.
Okay. So with a 12, 14, and 14, the three of you are able to quickly get up, get across the bar and out the door. Court. You rolled a 0.
I did roll a 0.
Not only
tangled up in the chair.
Not only do you get tangled up in the chair and end up on the floor on your face, but I'm sorry, you take 2 points of damage to do so. You get tangled up in a chair, you bob when you should have weaved, and you end up nose first into this hard concrete stone floor.
You just hear, like, y'all as you're like going straight out the door, you just hear, "Son of a bitch!" Crash.
I feel it would have been more of a crash. Son of a bitch!
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
But the rest of you get out the door just as you watch Brutus like flying leap tackle this halfling. Brutus gets this halfling pinned to the ground, and with all of the ferociousness that Brutus is known for, just has this halfling on the ground, pinned, and is just growling. And the halfling is at this point just shouting, "Somebody help me! Somebody get this dog off me!"
I will hustle up. And then, like, as we approach, kind of slow a little bit to what I think is a cool mosey up to this. Pat Brutus on the side, which is like, instead of like a really meaty pat, like you give a big dog on his side, it's more like clanging, like thumping the side of like a big barrel. And I'll look.
You're patting the side of a giant steel drum.
Kinda, yeah. It sounds like as Brutus runs, there may or may not be a sloshing sound. And she may or may not be trying to use brewer tools inside of him sometimes.
Sounds like
It's a
one of
work in
those, like,
progress.
timpani drums.
Mm-hmm.
Bong, bong, bong.
It's a work in progress. And she'll stand over the halfling and hold out a hand and say, I'll call him off if you give me back my 5 gold.
Make an intimidation check with advantage because you are clearly being helped by Brutus.
In the meantime, I'll pick myself up off the floor and like dust myself off, and then kind of do that straight backed. I know everybody saw that. It's embarrassing. I'm just gonna smoothly walk out the door and follow the group.
That was
meant to do that.
You meant to do that. That was an 8.
An 8.
Yeah, not great.
The halfling rolled a natural 1. And just looks at you just bug-eyed. And says, can't really point or move.
Yeah.
But just like kind of does one of these like over here and like motions to a small coin purse attached to their belt on their other side.
Pull the coin purse off. Look inside. How much?
There are 8 gold pieces in that. There are 5 gold pieces and 12 silver.
I'll take the whole pouch.
Mm-hmm.
And drop 2 silver. I'll place 2 silver on his forehead.
Mm-hmm.
And say, that's for rooting around in someone else's mail. Extremely rude. Take that as a pass so I don't report you to the guild. I will take the cash and I will pocket it.
This halfling is just frozen.
And then I will tap Brutus, let him give one more kind of like, yeah, fuck you growl, and then have him back off.
Okay. Do you guys go back inside the bar to finish your drinks?
I kind of spilled the drinks when I fell. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no.
Well, sounds like we have extra silver to buy a replacement round.
Mm-hmm. She looks kind of proud of herself.
Brutus just sits next to you, also looking proud of himself.
Yeah, when Brutus sits, is he taller than probably all of us? Cool.
Except for Endeavor, yeah.
No.
Yeah, Endeavor is clearly the tallest
Well,
of you.
Sorry, yes, my apologies.
You are, well, actually, that's not necessarily true. How tall is Endeavor? Because you don't have to be medium-sized.
Endeavor is medium-sized, but probably comparatively short for a Warforged because they were built by a gnome on a ladder.
Yep.
So taller than gnomes, but only probably about 5 feet tall.
Okay.
Like maybe.
They're tall in like I have to look up to them.
Mhm.
So yes.
Yeah, like they tower over the group, but
that's not a high bar to hit.
yeah, it's not a high bar to clear.
That's not a high shelf to reach.
To be fair, now you're comfortable in Skytown, because I imagine, Dustin, I was going to ask you about this. that Skytown is built for dwarves and gnomes, which means all of these seating and bar tops and tabletops are probably not human sized.
It is. So all of the architecture in Skytown is a little shorter and lower than standard. Um, and so like in any like normal room of any normal house or building, standard ceiling height might be 8 feet. In Skytown, it's 7 feet or 6.5 feet.
Just enough for humans to knock their foreheads into a doorway.
It is shorter than human standard to accommodate a huge portion of the population being dwarves and gnomes.
Yeah.
But it is a little taller than dwarven standard because there is literally everybody in Skytown.
Got it.
If you were to go into the mountain into Korsavabru,
Mm-hmm.
that is, you essentially have to have a passport to get through those gates into the mountain, and 99.5% of anybody that you might see inside the mountain is going to be dwarves and gnomes. So that all of that architecture is going to be dwarven standard.
Got
so
it,
like
okay.
5-6 foot ceilings.
Oof.
We typically hang in Skytown.
Where I probably still bonk my head periodically on like low doorways.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Your knee knocks into a tabletop every once in a while.
there's just this like scuffed part right here.
Yeah,
That's just,
it's not so much doorways and ceilings that you have a problem with. It's chairs. Chairs and tables you have a bigger problem with because you have to sit a little bit lower than you are comfortable.
There's an angle at which I was built to sit, and this is not it.
Sorry. Alright. Dustin, how much cash did you say that was? It was 5 gold and 12 silver?
and
And
12 silver
12
that you
silver
left
you
too.
gave 2 back, so you have 5 gold,
Gold.
an extra 5 gold and 10 silver.
Silver. Okay. Who typically holds on to group cash? Party cash.
Brutus.
It's literally a piggy bank.
Not again.
Yeah, last time he ate it as snacks, remember? And then we didn't have enough money to pay the innkeeper and we had to dig dishes. That really sucked.
Also, I'm pretty sure that there's something else in there right now that probably we don't want to put the money in.
Only
No.
we had an accountant.
Yeah, we don't have a dedicated accountant this time.
Nope.
We can put that on the list of things to do in the future.
Well, right now, Zill has the 10 gold.
The 10 gold.
Oh, only because he didn't want to get stolen, not because he's like trying to volunteer for responsibility.
I don't know, Lula, can't you just, build like a chest that shrinks down and travels with us or something?
That's a really good idea. I'll have to work on that. Not right now, though. But she'll shrug and like hold out her hand for the 10 gold.
Yeah, you say you're working on that? Yep. All right. Here you go.
We're just gonna do so that I don't fuck it up. We're gonna do a new pouch in my inventory. We can proceed. Somebody wants to read the letter while I'm doing this. You can read the letter.
Oh yeah, I have that too. So he goes, "Oh yeah," and like tries to lay it flat on the table after it's been scrunched up in his pocket for the last few minutes, and he'll keep reading the letter. But he'll read it. No, he won't read it out loud because he doesn't know what information's in there, so he'll just read it himself.
All right. So the letter says in its entirety, rumors are beginning to spread of misconduct among the guilds. I have not the time nor ability to confirm these rumors, but there is a common thread: Trallin billow boots. An advance of 15 crowns should be sufficient to begin your investigation. It is imperative that this investigation be done in secret and without outside help. It is unknown which guilds are involved, and none take kindly to having extra noses stuck into their business. The letter is signed with just a single letter G.
Does that stick out? Is like the guild leader? Does their name or last name start with the letter G or something like that? That would make it be like, okay, I got it.
Make a history check.
I read that and go, who the fuck is this? And hand it back to Lula because I got a 6. I don't know.
Oh, bother.
I cannot peek over.
Who is?
Do I recognize the name? What did you want me to roll?
History.
And who is Trowel
9.
Billow Boots?
Court, you got a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The two of you have no idea who G is. That does not, as far as you recall, that does not seem to allude to anybody in guild management who would normally put out like guild contracts. But this is the type of job that, you know, the Deep Armory is often contracted as like private investigators. That is a not insignificant portion of what like the adventurers do for the guild. They're like PIs.
So I really am a retired cop that became a PI. Like it's all coming together.
Yeah.
um,
But yeah,
I-
that name or moniker doesn't stick out at all to either of you.
Can I try?
Sure. Yeah. Tina, did you want to try the
I
history
was
check as
gonna
well?
go for the other name.
Trail and Billow Boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw me a history check on that name.
23.
23. The signing a letter like this with just not a name is not terribly uncommon. It is definitely uncommon. And it is the kind of thing someone would do if they don't want to know, if they don't want you to know who you're working for. But you've seen this kind of thing before. But there also doesn't seem to be like any instructions on like what to do with any information or anything else like that, or like how you're getting paid afterwards. So at the very least, you're probably going to be on the lookout for another delivery. Whoever this person is, they at least know who you are and where you can be found. And it's maybe not the ideal arrangement, but you at least have enough to get started.
Okay.
Would this be weird for us to get a job where we don't have someone to report back to and we don't have any sort of what to do once you complete your task?
I mean, jobs sometimes go this way. for your group in particular, no, probably not something that your group has done in the past. Yeah, most guild contracts that any of the four of you do are typically contracts that you would carry out solo on your own, or the four of you do spend a lot of time working together on contracts. This particular contract was given to Lula specifically. So it's Lula's contract, whatever you want to do with it.
Right.
Well, have fun.
Rose just signs off. Dawson, can you post the letter in the Discord just so I've got it?
Guys, I just realized we forgot to ask the delivery boy his name.
Damn it!
Oh.
Every
Is
NPC.
it inscribed in the pouch that you took from him?
Oh, maybe. Is it stitched in there like somebody like underwear?
If lost,
Lost,
please
please
return
return
to
to-
Trowel and Billow Boots.
Easy.
No. The coin pouch is a just generic, nondescript, small leather coin pouch. After a minute, you guys get seated again. You reread the letter. Edwin comes back with a fresh round and says, "What was all that business? Runner tried to short you on your advance?
Yeah, took
Yep.
money right out of the envelope.
What a prick."
Was that envelope open when you received it?
Was it open?
No.
Must have received it. Or I just stole a bunch of money from an innocent guy, but
Or whoever sent the letter shorted us 5.
Edwin drops the fresh round of drinks. Says, "So, what's the job? Anything interesting?"
just kind of looking at it. Is Edwin... So Edwin's a different guild, then.
Edwin,
Edwin.
Ebwin.
Sir.
Edwin Frosthandle.
Edwin. It just sounds like you're saying Edwin with a stuffy nose.
Isn't that fantasy?
Yeah, that is. Wait, I'm sorry.
That is how you name people in fantasy.
I'm sorry.
You say different words with a stuffy nose.
Plug your nose, put an apostrophe.
Frost handle. But you said he's got the anvil brawn.
Yeah, he's got an anvil brawn mark, which is a sort of magical tattoo. Anyone with none of the four of you happen to have a mark like this, but that is purely by happenstance. Having clan marks, clan tattoos like this is a common thing. And it just shows that Edwin traces his lineage through that clan. The Anvilbron clan they concern themselves mostly with matters of statecraft and religion.
Okay.
So if you are Court, you have lots of dealings with different people tied to the Anvilbron clan because that's who all the politicians are.
Mm-hmm. As a side note, I pinned the 2 notes you put in the chat so we can refer to the clans and things easily.
Sweet.
So having a lot of deals with the Anvil Braun clan generally, would I trust Edwin knowing that he's a part of that clan? Like, not that he's just being nosy or trying to like horn in on what we're doing.
Happy
to roll something if you want.
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
Okay. Insight. 13.
13. Yeah, Edwin is your bartender. Like, this is your guys' local drinking hole. And the bartenders like to talk and chit-chat, and he's just making conversation. He's also a bartender who probably knows some stuff. Talks to a lot of people coming in and out on a daily basis. But yeah, you know that he traces his lineage through the Anvilbron clan, but he is a member as the proprietor of a tavern. You know that he is he pays dues to the Stoneblood Guild, which is like brewers and innkeepers and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so Helia will kind of frown, like glancing at the letter that Zill has put on the table and knowing it's Lula's, but billow boots. Ring a bell.
Billow boots.
Trolling.
You know, I've got a brother, Thuldar. He works as a smith across town, and I think he's mentioned that name from time to time. It's Phoenix Fire Forge, corner of Wall Street and LSD, right at the corner of town. Can't miss it. Big. It's a giant smithy. There's like a dozen smiths who work in that building. Yeah, if you go over that way, tell Thuldar to settle his tab the next time he comes in. He may be my brother, but I also have business to run. You understand?
You want us to take him a bill?
Oh, that would be funny. Yeah, give me 2 minutes. I'll go write up a bill for you. You can deliver it.
Sounds good. We can finish our drinks.
Sorry, what was the brother's name?
Thuldar.
Thuldar.
I thought the letter said not to share things.
Sometimes you have to share things to learn things.
I'm not telling him why.
But if he does know of this person,
Strange.
That H.
God damn
Get you
it.
every time.
Fuck.
Fantasy names.
God damn it.
What, did you just puke on the keyboard?
I missed the second H as well.
Yeah.
Oh, no, why is there an H there?
I kind of wish I could. I kind of wish I was broadcasting our Discord
Yeah.
just so everyone could see.
What we really should do is we should play a game in the Discord chat. Every time I give you a proper noun, everyone tries to spell it, and then I post the correct spelling.
No, because
I'll be
there needs to be
raw.
a control of that one, because you could decide to change the spelling on us to
Mhm.
make sure no one wins.
Uh, yeah, I guess I could write it down on a piece of paper and then flip the paper and show it on
Just
camera.
as long as there's a control. Just making
Yeah.
sure.
Ash
As long as
asks,
it's fair.
Chat asks if they spell correctly, what do they get?
If you spell
Inspiration?
it correctly,
Ooh.
Ooh.
I would, yeah, inspiration.
Alright.
Never gonna get inspiration. That's cool.
Yeah.
For
Nobody got inspiration on that one.
did any of you post the correct spelling?
No.
Here, I'll
No,
post it.
no.
I'll post Thuldar in the Twitch chat. There. That is how you spell Thuldar.
It is
That's and that dreaded second H.
Thuldar.
Someone
yeah,
was trying to be unique when they named their baby.
Yeah.
God.
Okay, Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
And it's spelled Brytneigh.
No, it isn't. So yeah, you yeah, Edwin tells you yeah, Phoenix Fireforge. My brother Thuldar has mentioned that name a couple of times. He might know something.
Thanks.
He goes to write out a bill. The bill is for 37 silver pieces.
It's gonna be like 37 gold. Good lord.
370 platinum. That is Thuldar's tab at the mutton shop.
Must have been a good night of drinking.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, no time like the present. Finish your drinks and head over there.
Helia just kind of throws hers back and sets it on the table like with a hard knock, And then she gets up, but kind of carefully.
Check where your feet are before getting up.
Nothing on the floor. We're good.
Move the chairs. My drinks are sitting on the table in front of me, just there.
Okay.
They may or may not be full, depending on the rest of the party.
Not the right octane for you, Glitch?
Everyone is very polite and always orders them. I can't do anything with them.
So that brings up an interesting point.
You're just a walking keg.
At the mutton chop, and this is specific for Endeavor, you obviously don't need to drink and imbibe alcohol. No matter how much fun it is. Instead, you get when you order a drink at the mutton chop, Edwin has come to know you to the point where instead of bringing you an ale, Edwin makes you an exceptionally strong tea. And he does that so that you can hold this cup of tea and just smell it. And it's pleasant.
Nice.
Yeah. So instead of drinking alcohol, you sit there and you
Sniff
can
tea.
smell it. Yeah, you sniff tea.
I mean,
well, that's snifty.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Get out. You die first.
Bye.
So yeah.
What a nice guy.
So you are still able to engage in the pageantry of ordering drinks and being at a tavern.
How often does my party still order 4 ales?
It depends on how often someone else automatically is going to drink that extra ale.
It depends on if we're here for lunch or dinner.
Okay. Okay.
And who's paying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much money we have. Right.
All right.
Your drinks, head out. Yeah, Lulu at this point has definitely just kind of like, she knows it was handed to, like, the assignment was handed to her, but we're already together. Two
Mhm.
top-notch investigators already. It just makes sense. She's not the best at it. I mean, she's good at investigation, but not so much at, like, talking to people necessarily. That it makes sense to have more people.
All right.
You talk to people fine. Sometimes a little forceful.
How else are you supposed to talk to people?
Yeah.
It's tact.
Mm. So, so the four and a half of you, because Brutus,
That's Brutus.
make your way out of the mutton shop. And the mutton shop is, if everyone can see my cursor, I don't have my pings turned on because I updated Foundry. And it
Ooh,
screwed up all of my stuff.
hold on.
But the mutton...
Yeah, I feel you.
Dustin, before you do that, let me switch our overlay so that it's a great map of Skytown.
Alright, so... the mutton shop is situated, like, kind of over here on the corner. So your best bet to get over to
Bless you.
Phoenix Fire
Bless you.
is probably to take LSD like over through the docks quarter.
What does that actually stand for?
Huh?
What does that actually stand for?
Oh, it's a play on Lakeshore Drive.
Oh, that's what I figured. I just didn't know if you'd come up with a fantasy.
No, I didn't come up with a fancier name. But it's Lakeshore Drive and Wall Street. And little trivia for people not from New York. Wall Street in New York City is called Wall Street because 100 years ago to 300 years ago, there used to be a wall there.
There was.
That's why that road is called Wall Street. So the street that follows the wall and the street that follows the water. And right at the intersection, all the way down in the corner of the city, is that really big L-shaped building. That is the Phoenix Fire Forge. And that's where you're headed.
Okay.
So you
What
start
kind of
heading...
distance are we talking for something like this? Like how big is Skytown proper?
To get from the mutton shop to Phoenix Fire, you're talking 10-minute walk.
Okay.
I mean,
Not huge, but it's...
Yeah, Skytown is a kind of a city in its own right. The city inside the mountain is a nation among cities. Hugely expansive. You could walk for hours and not get to the other side of that city. But 10-minute walk or so, you pass through the docks. There are a couple of ships in the harbor. There is a sky ship docked there as well. Lots of commerce. This is like, these docks are like the docks of the entire city. Anything that isn't mined up from beneath the mountain comes in through Skytown. So, that district is always very busy, 24-hour days. And as you get to the other side of the docks, you're maybe a block or so from the forge, you're all fairly familiar with the area, so you know where you're going. I would like everyone to make a perception check.
Can I roll for Brutus as well?
You can roll for Brutus as well.
22.
21.
S-
27.
Damn.
Good
I thought I rolled
lord.
good.
Well, now
Um,
I feel foolish. Brutus got a 19. I got a 6.
Okay.
You have other
Um,
talents.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not proficient
Well,
in perception, so.
Lula is thinking about the schematics for the like money chest she's gonna build us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's thinking about piggyback.
Yeah.
All right. So as you make your way past the docks, um, all of you, with the exception of Lula, can see and hear, but Lula, you feel it with everybody else. A huge explosion, fireball, smoke rising into the air in the direction that you are headed.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
fuck. Then I'll start kind of jogging in that direction.
Yep.
I will jump on
Yep.
top of Brutus.
All right.
Also, I have a short sort of warning, so if there's danger, I would guess like enemies near, it's gonna alert me, as opposed to, accident at the forge.
Okay. You do not get any alert from your short sword of warning at this point. Um, uh, as you all run to see what happened, you see amidst the screaming, panicking townspeople, a large building at the end of the block is on fire. The entire southeast corner of the building has been blown apart, and the surrounding street is littered with rubble, debris, and broken machinery. Outside, in the front of the building, there are lots of things to see. And to see those things, I would like another perception check from everyone. Sam, Brutus does not need to make one of these. Just you.
Okay.
23.
26.
Ooh.
5.
Oh.
14.
Okay. All right.
She's very
Roads.
overwhelmed by the chaos, you guys.
You're overwhelmed by the chaos. You're small. Everybody's running around. It's difficult to see anything. Roads. As you approach this large L-shaped burning building, formerly L-shaped, you see, not far from the fire, you see a fire ganassi and a turtle are arguing loudly. You can't quite hear at this distance what they're saying, because there's fire and burning sounds and people screaming all around you, but you can see these two are just arguing in the middle of all of this. Both of them are covered in soot and ash. Clothes are singed. The Genasi appears to also be bleeding from wounds on their head and one arm.
Sorry, go ahead.
Court. As you guys approach, you see in the middle of what used to be this L shape is a grass patch and a fountain in the center. Leaning up against the fountain, A human man is sitting on the ground holding a woman in his arms. They're both covered in blood and soot, and the man is shouting for a cleric. Tina,
Mm.
you see an Eladrin running around shouting at people, just like running up and like back and forth along the fire. This Eladrin is running around shouting at people and giving them things to do as he repeatedly casts create water into buckets, wheelbarrows, people's hats, and anything else he can find to try and put the fire out. As he does so, and as you continue approaching, you begin to hear what he's shouting. It seems that he's doing a head count of people in the area, and you watch as he realizes that he is one person short. And he begins to shout, Thuldar! Thuldar! Has anyone seen Thuldar? I haven't seen him since the explosion.
Well, that's a problem.
Can I use my eye for detail? Says it's a bonus action, but I can make a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object, or make an investigation check to uncover or decipher clues.
Um, let's see. And what is that?
It's a eye for detail. It's one of my class features.
Eye for detail.
So this is a bonus action, but
Oh, and you make a perception check to spot
Yeah.
it. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make that that perception check.
okay. 14.
Yeah, you try and like scan the fire in the area. Let me. Oof.
Oh,
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
gotta pushing back over. Combat.
Ew.
So you have the four of you are at the bottom right corner of the map. Directly in front of you by this like shrubbery, you have um the fire genasi and the turtle arguing. Um North of that, on the far side of the fountain away from the flames, you see the two humans shouting for a cleric. And between the fountain and the fire, you see this Eladrin running around casting create water into anything he can. Um, it very much appears to be a losing battle. Court, what did you say that perception check was?
14.
14. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, as you take a second scan of the area, um, pieces are starting to come together. Um, the um, you hear from this argument as you continue approaching between the turtle and the Eladrin. They're arguing. You're only getting like bits and pieces, but they are arguing about um, cages, and one of them says "wall of force." Um, and it appears that the two of them are blaming each other for something. Um, the just as you're trying to like continue your scan over. You're passing your gaze through the flames, and for a moment you think you see movement inside, like right in like the center of the blaze, like this area over here.
And I'll instinctively move closer, trying to get a better look at it.
Okay. I will give, you know what? I will give everybody 1 round of free stuff that you want to do. Where do you want to move to? What are you thinking about doing? So we'll start with Court.
I've moved my 30 feet up here. And then if I can use my, well, I guess the gaze, not gaze, my eye for detail was my
Yeah.
bonus action. So
Yeah, I'll call that your bonus action. So I'll
Yeah.
give you the rest of your turn to try and do stuff.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna double move then to try to get closer to the fire, especially having seen or thinking I've seen something move in the forge.
Okay.
So, and then as I get up to the Genasi and the portal, they're just arguing. She's just gonna
They are very clearly blaming each other for doing something stupid to cause the explosion.
yeah. If I may, she's just gonna say, the explosion happened. It's not a time for blame. It's a time to help people. So get it together. And she's just gonna then like ignore them and kind of keep scanning the forge to try to see what she thinks she saw.
I would like, depending on your tone, what kind of tone you wanted to convey, I will let you roll persuasion or intimidation as you say that.
Okay. It was probably more in the tone that I said it, so I'll roll intimidation.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
Guys, I found at least one dice for her set so far.
Yeah, I mean the two of them like kind of snap out of their argument and just kind of look at you as you begin readying yourself.
She just like gives them the
yeah
move.
I will say at this point, your short sword begins to get warm. And
in that
everyone
case, like,
else,
as soon as she feels it, she's just gonna have it ready in here.
Okay. Everyone else who I assume, because weapon of warning like that, you can have it alert multiple people, like your entire group, right?
Yeah, it is. Any of my companions within 30 feet of me can't be surprised.
Okay.
So it will alert any of the group that's within 30 feet of me, which I assume would be established once they get to move.
Yeah, at this point, no one else is alerted.
Okay.
But we will move on to roads.
Zill goes straight into top mode, like contain the situation, get people out of the way. And so he's just yelling, everybody back, as he moves forward. And he's going to turn to Endeavor and say, can you move the water in that fountain? As he's heading towards the humans by the fountain.
I cannot.
I don't. Endeavor, or yeah, Zill does not understand what level druid you are to know if you can move the water.
There's water; it moves sometimes.
So it's like, can you try move the water? I don't know. It's his best idea, but he's gonna go towards those humans to see if he can try to.
Not today. Not today. I cannot do anything with water. I can burn things real well today.
Oh, well.
That's like the
Joke's on
opposite of
you.
what we need.
Yep. Nope. Don't do water today.
So he'll double move over to. Oh wait, I went to the wrong humans. That human.
Yeah, that human's fine. Yeah,
To
it's
be
those
fair,
two humans.
the humans all look the same.
That's true. They're all
And I
tall.
They are all the same.
that would double move.
The man who's holding this, as you approach, you can tell that this woman is unconscious.
Just so you know, Zill would, in the position you're in right now, you would get the warning from my sword.
Your fingers just start getting really twitchy. Like you've got a happy trigger finger. The man who is just holding this unconscious woman just looks up at you and says, "Are you a cleric? She's hurt real bad."
I'm not, but where is she hurt? Did she hit her head? Did she fall? What happened?
I don't know. We were about to walk inside, and then that explosion happened and just knocked us back.
He'll want to like reach to see if she has a pulse. As long as she's breathing, like that's about all he can manage. So if you want me to do like a medicine check,
Yeah, make a medicine check.
5.
This lady's dead.
Oh.
You sense no pulse.
Oh.
Is it that I
she's actively bleeding, but got no pulse.
He'll just say, especially since his fingers have started tingling, he's got that warning going on. He'll be like, let's just get you guys further away from the fire to be on the safe side in case there's a secondary explosion. Carry her very gently further back, and he just wants to keep clearing the area.
Okay. Sam.
I am going to have Brutus run 40 feet. He's actually we're gonna follow Zill kind of in that general, like, diagonal direction.
Okay.
$40.
Okay.
She's going to reach, like, under her, like, the clasp of her cloak and pull out this little beetle looking thing. It looks kind of like a UFO. It's like a disc that she presses a button and it sprouts, like, wings kind of flip out.
Okay.
And she will throw it almost like a frisbee and just kind of huck it in the air towards Zill. It is her homunculus servant.
Okay.
And with little, like, frantic wings, it'll zip over to Zill and the couple. And if you'll allow me to cast Cure Wounds on her through the homunculus.
Yeah.
It flies 30 feet. So
yeah. I forgot.
Kind of, that's what it kind of looks like Lola. I didn't build one.
I forgot to put a mini together. So you have Lula and Brutus, and then just Brutus.
It does. Of course, that's exactly who it is. It like Lola.
That's exactly what I'm picturing.
Yeah, from Obi-Wan, very much so.
So yeah, that is absolutely something you can do. Just keep in mind that casting the spell
is my reaction.
Homunculus also burns your reaction.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. I'll let that whole thing be my action economy and my reaction. And it's not so much like divine. It's more like just a little shot of healing potion. Just which is a D8 plus 4.
Now I'm imagining that from inside this little homunculus, 2 like spindly arms come out to open the mouth, and then a third arm pours the healing potion in.
Kinda, yeah. It's just like a bunch of. It's a mixture between the Lola the droid from Obi-Wan and one of those To me, it reminds me of the Imperial like scout droids, where it's got all the like spindly like
Oh yeah, probe droid.
probe droids.
Hell
Yeah,
Then you have to have a fourth arm though to like close its mouth and
yeah.
like to like force it to
Yeah.
swallow.
She will get 6 points of healing.
Okay. You see that um there is a wound on her head that is bleeding, and that bleeding almost completely stops. That wound is closing.
Okay.
The woman is still unconscious.
Yeah, but it kind of.
But it that healing it does have an obvious immediate positive effect.
Okay. Can I burn Brutus's action to move again to get closer to
Yeah, fuck it.
Helia?
Sure.
We head towards the fire. Oh, the action economy. Sorry, guys. I'm that person.
As you approach, you are riding this mechanical war dog towards the fire, and this Eladrin who's just running back and forth along these flames sees you and just like kind of stops for a second because you are clearly running in the wrong direction. But just he just takes a moment, clearly notices you, and certainly at this point, I don't know an equivalent of itchy trigger finger for Lula, but whatever that is, what is that? What is that feeling? That goose pimply feeling that you would get from a weapon of warning?
Probably not so much like twitchy fingers, but like almost like an itch behind her eye. Like, you know when your eye itches and you can't like you can't quite get it. It's like that, where it's like almost a twitch that hits. That kind of bugs her a little bit.
Okay.
You get that like unstoppable twitch in your eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you get that you start to get that irritated eye feeling as like almost as if the almost as if that is like the central focal point. Your entire face and head begins to get warm. Tina,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I am once again
Plotting
taking
Brutus's
off after
demise.
Lula because Lula runs in the direction of fire.
Yes, I do.
I wonder if other
Well,
Warforged
I know
have
you
this.
have to have a high intelligence to be an artificer, but that doesn't mean that artificers are smart.
She's not very wise.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I'll report this at my meeting of like other Warforged who have makers that are just suicidal.
I feel like that's a common trope.
So
Warforged support group.
mhm. Does yours run into dangerous stuff all the time? So I will take off probably, like 10 feet behind, but I think since she's on Brutus, I can't catch up until after she's already almost in the damn fire.
Okay.
So yes, I will come up there. I'm gonna get probably one step ahead and just give a look like, can you not?
No.
Can you
Can
do
we not
something
rush
that's not the thing you're doing?
No. Not at all.
Can we may we take a moment before we rush into the flames
You know me at
to
all?
prepare? No. Yes. There's a slight twitch and there's like blue screen. And then I want to look into the fire. now that there is tingly, in my case, probably like little kind of like sparks up in the behind the eyes.
Yeah.
Um,
It definitely begins to feel like your heat sinks are not working properly.
it's like a ping, that sort
Mhm.
of like boop boop that you get, but you can't yet see it on the radar.
Yeah. Go ahead
Um,
and make that perception check.
yeah, because one of us should probably look before we leap.
Hmm.
Oh, that's really high.
I mean, hell, you tried.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah also tried to walk earlier and failed.
Listen.
You know, Cord, I tried to help you out, but I've done all I can.
Perception's 27.
These boots are
27.
new, okay? Sometimes they're a little stiff.
They're not made for
You-
walking.
So,
You should not wear heels. You should not wear heels in this type of job.
What a chunky
Tina,
kid.
you definitely see movement inside this fire, inside this building. The kind of movement that you're seeing is inconsistent with just naturally burning stuff. But you can't quite tell what it is you're seeing until it is almost too late.
Mm.
But it is not too late by the time you see. Bam.
Oh, what are those?
Oh, it's fire, but not fire.
Sentient fire.
And moving out of the fire, all of you begin to realize why you're all feeling so warm. It's not just because there's fire around, it's because there are fire elementals around.
Of course there are.
Cool.
4 fire snakes and 1 large fire elemental begin to emerge from the blaze. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Woohoo!
Oh, is this the part where I have to figure out how gunslingers work? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, good luck. I will try and help as much as I can. I definitely
It's
had like
fine.
an extra post-it with a tally mark for the reload.
Probably a good idea.
Did I break my gun?
If I get more infusions, I'll try and make
If
something
I
so you
chuck
don't
my
have
gun
to reload.
into the fire.
Yeah.
I just rolled 2 natural 20s.
Yeah.
Jesus, fuck. Natural
You take
16.
a picture of that.
Dustin, everything goes after me, right?
Uh,
Burgess and the bug?
on your turn.
On my turn, okay.
Yeah. So I will I will
Just
allow
be
you
easier.
to have anything do whatever it needs to all kind of at the same
Okay.
time.
Do we want to take a quick break after we roll initiative just to allow
Yes.
a quick okay.
Let's get the initiatives in and then we will take a quick 5 minutes. So Sam, what is your initiative?
7. Going great,
Excellent.
guys. We were doing so good earlier.
Hell yeah.
23. With an extra 20 dose of them.
I suppose Helia took all the 20s.
Endeavor.
19.
19. And Zill.
Very average. He's got a 10.
Hey.
10. Hey, you're not last. All right. Then we will take a quick 5 minutes, stretch your legs, take a bio break, get a drink of water, and when we come back, hell yeah, you will be first.
Yeah.
Woohoo. All right, we'll be right back.
All right.
Good, good, good.
go back. Back to it.
Let's
Welcome
go.
back. Welcome back, Internet.
Oh,
Let's jump right in, shall we?
Yes.
Helia, you are first. Out from the burning building slithers 4 fire snakes and a large fire elemental.
all right. Are these things, Dustin, in front of this here snaky boy? Are these like obstacles, or is it just something on the ground?
Those are destroyed lampposts.
Mm.
Okay, so on to our 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna skirt around this chair. 30.
Yes, and that is a knocked over chair.
It's probably from earlier. It just flew out the door, and
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I, as a bonus action, would like to use my insightful fighting feature.
Okay.
So I can make an insight check against a creature that I can see that isn't incapacitated, contested by the target's deception check. If I succeed, I can use my sneak attack on that target, even if I don't have advantage on the attack roll, but not if you have disadvantage on it for
Okay.
1 minute, or until you use this feature again on a different target. So I roll insight, you roll deception.
Deception.
Yes. $21.
I had an 18. So you will get
I will get my sneak attack.
you will get your sneak attack.
Okay. So I am going to just as I take out my short sword of warning, it's like humming in my hand.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna bring it right around to attempt to cleave the slithery little snake.
Okay. Go ahead and make that attack.
That is Miss Jackson.
That will hit.
All right, so
Bad shit.
this is a magical sword, if that matters.
Okay. Yeah, magic or non-magical damage types, all of that matters.
Okay.
Mm.
22 points of piercing damage. Did I snuff it out?
You
Or close to.
take you said 22 points of piercing damage.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you know this about fire snakes, but they have a maximum hit points of 22 hit points.
Yay!
Good, because now I don't feel bad. They also have a
They're gonna
heated body
explode.
feature. So as soon as you attack it and touch it, you take 3 points of fire damage.
Shit.
You bastard.
That's not good.
One
I'm
shot
just
my
gonna,
fire
like-
snake.
Shout out, there's blood back! And that is my movement, bonus action, and actions. That is my turn.
Okay. So that is Court. Next is the fire snake. That fire snake is dead. Next is Endeavor.
Okay. That fire snake is dead. All right. Yeah, well shit. As my action, I am going to raise my hands up toward the sky, and suddenly kind of like the air begins to crackle, and there's that sort of that heavy silence you get right before a storm where everything kind of just goes quiet as a cloud begins to build.
Mhm.
And I'm going to call lightning in a
Yeah.
60-foot radius. That is going to probably cover
A
most of this
60
generally.
foot radius.
I believe so. 10 feet tall, 60-foot radius.
60 foot radius.
Oh!
This.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we can just
Yig.
like basically stick it up in this general vicinity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're-
It's really low hanging clouds though,
yeah.
because it's only 10 feet high.
Give
And,
everyone fucking
what?
just zooming out for everybody at home.
I'm going to.
There could be
have
like-
You forgot to ask, what's the weather like today?
I don't think it. Well, actually, yes.
It does
It
matter.
would.
Matters.
Is there a cloud? Are there storm clouds in the sky today?
Oh, he's rolling for it.
No.
Damn.
It is it's a clear sunny day otherwise.
Not anymore. It's not.
No.
Not in this general vicinity. Yes. So once that roils and boils for a moment, I will have a bolt come down at the large boy in the middle.
Okay.
He needs to make a dex save. Of 15.
A natural one is not gonna do it. I don't think.
No, that will not.
He's not very dicks.
What?
He's not very dicks.
Oh, I definitely did not hear that.
I didn't say what you think I said.
Oh God, one of these went flying. All right, the one that did not go flying is 12, and roll that again. That is 22 lightning damage.
Okay.
To that little friend. Mm-mm. And then yeah, as soon as that hits the ground, you're going to see Endeavor. All of their plates begin to kind of shift and flip origami-like. And as a bonus action, I am going to wild shape into a mechanical. We're gonna go with mechanical saber-tooth tiger.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so cool.
as one does.
As one does. So it's so basically like they begin to, their hands kind of extend into claws. Their parts of like their cheek plates kind of flip around and extend out into the teeth that kind of come down.
Mm-hmm.
And then they sort of not shrink down, but shift gears into like kind of into four-legged.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm just gonna get my butt up in there. I have a bunch of movement, so it really doesn't matter.
So it is worth pointing out that the fire elemental is still like in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
You can stay just fire adjacent and go
How
after
far?
one of the
How far
fire
can I
snakes.
go without literally being in the fire?
The fire elemental is pretty much at the edge of the fire.
The fire
So
element.
any of the fire snakes are outside of the actual burning building, but the large fire elemental is still inside that radius.
Okay.
You pretty much see the fire snakes because they have left that area,
Okay.
and the large fire elemental is at the edge of that area, but he's big, so you see him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get up right up in here.
Okay.
And yeah, probably let out a roar. It sounds like it's pre-recorded.
Yeah.
It's like a little tinny. It's good imitation. It's like a good roar, but it's like, I feel like I heard that. I feel like I
Yeah.
heard that on the wildlife show.
Mhm.
All right.
You don't have the stereo speaker because, she only had like one. that
I don't
wasn't
have the
blown out.
subwoofer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a roar, but with like the rattle, like when you blow out your speakers in the car from bumping it too much.
Mhm.
It's like, "Brrr."
That happens.
All right. Um. So next is this fire snake. This fire snake is going to select the correct tool.
Now, why does he have to do that?
It is going to move up here, and it is going to make 2 attacks against Lula and Brutus. I will say the first attack is against Lula specifically. The second attack is against Brutus.
Okay, Brutus is gonna use his reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll against Lula
Okay.
with his deflection. Gonna turn and snarl and bark.
He taunts like a
He
good
taunts.
tank.
An 8's probably not going to do it then.
8 will not do it.
All right. So the fire snake whips its tail around to try and undog you. But Brutus puts a stop to that, and as a result, the fire snake is going to just try and reach out and bite Brutus.
Leave my boy alone.
That was a natural 20.
No!
So that is
For my boy.
I mean, better him than you.
I mean, fair. He's got more hit points than I do.
Buddy.
okay.
I need to
Um,
my hit points.
so that is 10 fire damage
Okay.
and 7 piercing damage. So a total of 17.
Yikes. Okay.
And that is the fire snake's turn. Next up is the Eladrin. The Eladrin sees these elementals coming out from the building and shouts, everybody run. And he is going to just back up this way. But as he does, he actually puts... That's exactly what he does. He puts up a wall of water.
Brilliant.
So as he runs towards the fountain, and kind of like a waterbender from Avatar, he kind of reaches towards the fountain, and using magic, he just pulls a ton of water out of the fountain and sets it in a 30-foot column. In like kind of right at the edge of the blaze, hoping that will stop the fire from spreading, hinder these elementals, or do something. In the meantime, I need to select the correct tool.
We absolutely, in the initiative, we absolutely split it. Every other.
Yeah. Okay. And everybody else in the vicinity is just running, taking off down the street as fast as they can. That is his turn. It is now the large fire elemental's turn. He is going to move right here. And actually, he's going to enter
That's not good.
Endeavor's space and stop there.
That's not nice of him. He get like the cat thing where it's like you're trying to bite at something that's literally like not there.
Yeah. So Tina,
Yeah.
when the elemental enters your space, you immediately take 10 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And you burst into flames.
Cool.
So you are
A flaming cat.
actively on fire.
Awesome.
Guys, this sucks.
Then it's going to make 2 attacks. The first attack is going to be against Endeavor.
Yeah.
That is 14.
Yep.
Okay. So you are going to take you take an additional 9 fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you are on fire.
Yes, I am.
And it is going to make a second attack, this time against Helia.
Okay, fine.
Figured that one was coming.
That is a 17.
That hits.
Okay.
I will uncanny dodge this.
Mm-hmm.
That is 7 uncanny dodge halves to 3. But you also ignite. You are actively on fire.
Okay.
You can douse the flames, put yourself out as an action.
Okay.
If you do not, you take fire damage at the beginning of every turn.
Okay.
That is the fire elemental's turn. Zilni, it is your turn.
All right. Zill is going to step a little bit around the fountain, just on the edge of the cloud fuckery. And he's going to shoot this fire snake over here.
Okay.
Well, attempt to shoot, I should say. 24.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And a natural 20.
Hey! Those bonuses for gunslingers. Nuts.
And this is the I took a +1 pistol, so it is a magical weapon.
Okay.
All right, so math. Now I have to do math. Okay, I can do this. Well, I rolled like shite on one of them, but that's okay. That is 29 points of damage.
Okay. You make short work of that fire snake. And because you attacked him at range, you are not susceptible to his heated body.
Yeah.
So
guys
that's
are
good news.
You guys are stupid. Why are you getting so close?
They're literal fire.
He
You
came
are
to
fighting
me.
literal.
Came
You are
to me.
fighting literal fire with a sword. What is wrong with you? So that Zil, is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
I moved a little bit. I don't
Two
think-
or just one shot.
I thought that
I have
was
two
both
attacks,
shots.
but I that was both shots.
Oh,
Yeah.
those both shots. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
right. You didn't. The second wasn't.
Yeah. Don't really have a good bonus action to do, so I guess I'm good. Yep, we're good.
Okay. It is now the fire snake's turn. This fire snake is going to continue moving up a little bit and is going to make 2 attacks against Helia. First attack is a bite. Second attack is with the tail. Does a 12 hit?
It does
Or-
not.
Okay.
My AC is 15, just so.
Okay, so the
Okay.
21 will hit. So that is 4 points of piercing damage
Okay.
and 1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
So 5 total.
All right.
And that is its turn. Next is Lula and Brutus.
Right. For bonus action, Lula is going to inform Brutus to heal, to repair. So he's going to take 10 points back
Okay.
as his action.
Okay, so it's his action,
His
your
action,
bonus action
her-
to initiate that. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, because I have to. My bonus action is to command him. His
Mhm.
action is to repair.
Okay.
And then my action will be to, because she can't do anything else. Ooh, do I want to do that instead? I mean, I'm gonna get attacked by it anyway. I'm gonna take fire damage anyway, so sure. We're gonna do a little shocking grasp.
Okay. Is that a hit or do I make a save?
It's to hit.
Okay.
Which means, can I use... Sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna, burn my clockwork amulet.
Okay.
For
And
an
what
8.
does that give you?
It's a 10, to take a 10, so 18.
18 hits.
Wonderful. So it will take 2d8 lightning. It's 12 points of lightning damage.
Excellent.
And I assume I take damage back.
Yes. Because you reach out and you touch
I
the
touched
fire,
the fire.
the fire touches you back for 5 points of fire damage.
Okay.
The
I-
fire touches you back.
It was gonna happen either way, so like... and I think we can't move, so that's the action, bonus action. I get my reaction back now.
Yes.
Okay. And that's all I got.
Okay. Next up is a dead fire snake, and then hell yeah.
All right.
You have a small fire to your left and a very large fire to your right.
Yes. So if I may, as an action to put my flames out, I would kind of
Yes.
like to tuck and roll.
At the very top of your turn, you take 10 fire damage,
Okay.
and then you can put
Guys.
those flames out.
All right. I'd kind of like to tuck and roll like 2 squares here, so I stay in range with each of them, but put the flames out.
Okay.
As well.
Right there is like getting into the like burning building.
Oh shit. Okay. In that case.
I assume you don't spend your action to put the flames out to go jump into a fire.
No. I just didn't. It's gonna give
Yeah.
this one, and it's gonna give the snake an attack of opportunity, but I'm just gonna roll back one then.
Okay.
So I'll take the
it'll-
attack of opportunity.
Yeah, it'll definitely take the opportunity with a tail slap. That is a 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Minimum damage. That is 2 points of bludgeoning and 1 point of fire for a total of 3.
All right. And then I'm just going to. So the putting the flames out was my action. As my bonus action, I believe. So just to make sure, I have 2 weapon fighting, so I'm just gonna follow it up with a slash from my sword, my offhand.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I think technically you can only do that when you use your action to attack, but I never liked that rule.
Okay. Okay. It's probably not gonna hit anyway. I rolled 11.
11 is not going to hit.
Yeah, that's fine. So that is action movement, bonus action. All right, we good.
Okay.
As long as I'm not on fire anymore.
You are not actively on fire.
Okay.
Next up is a dead fire snake, and then Endeavor.
Yes.
At the very top of your turn, you are on fire.
I am.
So you take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay, let me
Dustin, can I move my bug?
mark it down.
Yes.
4. Okay. Wait, no. 4. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna roll. Also fine. You moving your bug?
I just moved him closer.
Oh, okay. So can one step into a wall of water?
The wall's space is difficult terrain.
But you can stand in it if you'd like to.
Any ranged weapon attack that enters the wall's space has disadvantage on the attack roll, and fire damage is halved if the fire effect passes through the wall to reach its target. Spells that deal cold damage that pass through the wall cause the area of the wall they pass through to freeze solid. Each 5-foot square frozen, blah blah blah. Yeah, you can stand in it. It's just difficult terrain.
Okay, so I can take one step back into the wall of water.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are inside a wall of water. You are no longer on fire.
Sweet.
Because
Yeah, so I'm gonna
to assume anything different would be ridiculous.
So yeah, and then I'm gonna strike out from it at this thing because I believe I'm still in melee with it.
Yeah. And you don't have to breathe or anything.
No.
Because
No,
you're
I do
not. Okay. Yeah.
No, I do not have to breathe. Yeah, I'm
just feeling less and less bad about the circumstances. That's fine.
You have a
All
swim
right, so
speed
I
yet?
will. What?
You have a swim speed for your wild shapes yet?
I do if they swim, but cats don't typically
Cats
take
don't
to
swim.
water.
Well, like in general, you can have a swim.
But you
can have a
could, yeah,
swim.
Yes, I can. I just don't have
Yeah.
flying yet.
Got it.
You get flying at 8.
Yeah, I get flying in a couple levels. But yeah, so I am going to strike out from the water, hopefully using that to my advantage, and make my. Yeah, we'll do a claw attack against this thing.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Which is going to be a 21 to hit it.
Oh yeah. I was
Mm,
contemplating imposing some kind of penalty because you're inside a wall of water. No matter what I do at 21, it's gonna hit anyway.
okay, that's fair. 6 5 is 11 plus 5. 11 plus 5 math, 16 points of uh slashing damage, and my attacks are considered magical for the purposes of resistances.
I was just about to ask if you were magic yet.
Yes, I am. I just became magic. It was a very odd morning.
And I'm sorry, how much damage was that?
16.
16. Okay.
All right. I'm good.
So that is Endeavor's turn.
Yep.
Now we have a fire snake is going to thrash about um at Lula and Brutus.
Not nice of
I
it.
assume Brutus
Bring
is going
it.
to impose disadvantage again. Like last
Yeah, because he got his reaction back.
time.
So, yeah.
So that attack is gun 15. Does that hit Lula?
Does not hit Lula.
Okay. Brutus definitely just saved your life because the other roll was a natural 20.
Oh, fuck.
And then the bite against Brutus is an 11, probably.
That
not
will
gonna hit.
miss. Wait, let
So-
me. I know it's not a. Just double check. Yeah, his AC is 15, so that misses as well.
Okay. So that is Fire Snake. The Eladrin is going to continue moving a little bit. Oh, Tina, does the probably shouldn't be asking you this question, especially at this point. Does that call lightning pop? Doesn't that pop every round?
I can, but it uses my action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have to use an action each round to do it. I did roll for concentration, though, for each of the fire attacks, and I'm good for that. I
Okay.
rolled, like, above 10 for all of them.
All right. So the Eladrin is just gonna hunker down behind the fountain and continue concentrating on this wall of water. Next is the fire elemental. The fire elemental is going to make one attack against Endeavor. That is a 9. Probably not going to do it.
Surprisingly, no. Even with balls of creature AC.
What happens when it sticks its hand in the wall of water?
Yeah.
It does. It
Applause.
actually does take 1 point of cold damage.
Sweet.
The fire elemental is then going to move away from the wall of water.
I get
So
opportunity
Endeavor,
attack?
you can have an opportunity attack. It is going to enter
Swipe it.
Helia's space.
Ouch.
Helia, you immediately drop
11.
my die.
Home.
You
17.
immediately take 4 points of fire damage and ignite.
Does a
I'm not
17
looking
hit?
good, guys.
You're not looking good. You need to disengage, please.
I will.
Get closer to Bug.
Where's Bug?
Up on
Bug's
the
with
fountain.
Brutus, right?
Yeah,
Up on the mountain. Okay.
you can get closer.
Tina, a 17 will hit.
At least 60
Okay.
feet of movement. that I can do.
So once again, strike out with claws that are probably like, kind of like when you swipe through a waterfall and it
Mhm.
kind of out as the thing goes by. And it will be
You cup your hands and like splash at him. As he
a little
runs
bit,
away.
yeah. Mm-hmm. It kind of just flicks though because I have metal paws. But 12 slashing.
Okay.
All right. There's that.
Cord, after the fire elemental enters your square, it is going to make an attack against you.
Okay.
It's gonna be a dick.
Flaming dick.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yep,
Huge
that
dick.
hits.
And did any of us pick healing potions as our item? No, we didn't do that, right?
Why would I pick a consumable for my
mean-
healing for my?
So
Magic
that we
item.
had it in the first session.
I have cure wounds. It's fine.
I picked boots of false
Yeah,
traps.
druids can heal too. What are you doing?
Not in wild shape, they can't.
You can heal yourself in wild shape. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So fuck y'all. You know what? You replace me? Fine. Why isn't Brutus healing everyone?
That's why when your druid is your dedicated healer, they at a certain point stop wild shaping.
Yeah.
Because otherwise everyone dies.
Otherwise, everyone dies until you get a high enough level where you can cast and be in your wild shape,
Yeah.
which is a long time.
It's only like 14.
It's
No,
fine.
it's
I have
18.
Revivify.
Yeah, it's 18.
Is it 18?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not close at all. You might as well be an archdruid at that point.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
become an archdruid at 20, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Or you become a
Court,
circle
you
shepherd.
you take 9 points of fire damage.
Good night.
You out?
Yep.
Shit.
I had exactly 9 points.
Ooh. This is bad.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
it
bad
is.
because you're gonna take extra damage.
Yep.
Shit. Okay.
You know what? Like, Dustin doesn't pull punches. I respect that. If I die, I die.
I want to make
something.
I want to make something very clear to the group. This was not a deadly encounter.
The fire is painful.
I mean, Court, you are trying to solo a CR5 elemental. Like shit happens.
As a rogue does.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
it's true to rogue nature, you know? Like,
Yeah.
shit happens.
Zill, it is your turn now.
Okay. Seeing his friend go down, he's gonna shoot at the big one.
You got water bullets
No.
there, friend?
That's
Ice
too big.
bullets?
That's too big.
That's too big of a dead.
Yeah. I only wanted a little dead.
She's still rolling dice.
Does a 16 hit?
Hit who?
The big boy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a
It hits
16
me
and
for
an
reference as
18.
well.
There. Little dead.
Just a little bit.
This needs to be like that episode of Bones. Ice bullets.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice.
Yeah, nope. Should have prepared spells that had not fire.
How could you have
So
known?
that is
Yeah.
so it's 19 points of damage
Nice.
total, yes. And then again, because the big dead flashed before Zill's eyes for a half moment, he's gonna action surge
Mm.
and
Yeah.
keep shooting. So I get my full action back. I get 2 more attacks.
Yeah,
correct?
you get both attacks back.
My action
Those are
surge
so
is
many bullets.
awesome. Once you get like 3
Yeah.
attacks and 4 attacks.
This is ridiculous.
Every character should dip 2 levels into fighter.
It's an 18 and another natural 20.
Yes.
Good.
Nice.
Good. That's very
Fuck
good.
yeah. I might have forgotten that I don't have tough on this character like Cad does.
Squish.
Did you forget that you were playing a rogue of much lower level without tough?
Also
I
that
know.
too.
Well, usually, like this time I took the ASI to bump my stats up a little more. And usually I take the first one as a feat, and I didn't do that this time.
Yeah.
I
That'll
was also rolling pretty well on that
Yeah.
consistent fire damage.
Meanwhile, I have all these hit points that I don't know what to do with, so I just stand in the fire.
That's another 31 points of damage.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Is it? Yeah. Is it gonna
I
be?
don't know
dead?
if you know this about fire elementals, but the fire
I'm sorry.
elemental turns to you.
That
and
the
asks-
second round, because I didn't reload, had to be done with my non-magical pistol. I'm sorry. I don't know if it takes less damage then. Sorry.
Okay.
Being
It doesn't
honest.
turn- It doesn't turn around and ask you how you kill it.
Starting to
But
smell
like it turns
barbecue.
around, but it doesn't ask the question.
So I was like,
Oh,
who's shooting me?
Dustin, I
hurts.
have a question.
Yeah.
When I go out,
Uh-huh.
does my form change?
Oh shit!
Yes.
It happened
So-
way faster
That
than it
was-
probably should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took way longer last time,
I
guys.
know.
Technically, it was the same level.
It was the same
level
level.
one.
though.
Not a good level. Not a good level.
God damn it. No, so when Helia, sorry, Dustin, I didn't mean to interrupt you. When
No, you're
Helia,
fine.
When Helia goes down, whoever's closest to her, because I think she usually probably like she's wearing her hood helmet. thing.
Actually, I would like the other three of you to make a perception check.
I'll wait to explain to
Lula does not notice.
Mm.
She's too busy fighting this fucking snake.
18.
23.
Okay.
No, 21.
I will say that Zill and Endeavor both notice.
Yeah, so y'all both notice that instead of the red hair that she usually has in the ice blue eyes, her face goes completely white. Her hair goes white, and even her eyes go white as if they're completely pupilless as she falls back. And she is also more of a medium-sized creature instead of a short dwarf when
Oh, that's
she-
right. That's
goes
right.
down.
She grew.
Yes, she did grow. So her long hair is just this like tumble of long white hair that spills out of her cloak, her hooded cloak, and she falls back with completely like her features almost look like a blank slate.
Mm.
And I doubt that it's not something she advertises, considering she is in the spy arts. So the fact that she can change forms in that manner, she keeps very quiet. So
Who are
it's not
you?
likely at this point you would have known that she was a changeling.
What did you do
Um,
with Hal?
There is actually one more thing that I forgot to mention beforehand with this. When you go down, when you drop to 0 hit points, some of you might already be familiar with this as me as your DM. But you make your first death save immediately when you go down.
Don't roll that one.
Court, don't roll it. I already did.
Okay.
But you
And
roll
no, I will not. I rolled your death save.
Okay.
I will not be telling you what I got.
Okay.
I don't trust that.
I don't like that.
It's either really good or really bad.
I will tell you this: you are still unconscious and dying, and still actively on fire. That's important.
For the record, I was not pulling a Thurston Mallard. It's just the changeling thing. She doesn't really like advertise it.
No judgments. Everyone's got their own reason as to
Maybe
what
this
they
is
say,
Thurston's
you know?
family. Maybe this is
I
Thurston's
wasn't
real
trying to steal
family.
Rose's thunder, I promise. Because that
Different
was a really
world.
cool reveal.
So that is all of that was Zill's turn. Next is a fire snake. This fire snake is going to move this way and is actually going to I would like Endeavor to make no, that's stupid. That's not something that this fire snake would do. I was gonna ask you to make an athletics check because I was gonna try and push you out of the water, but the fire snake isn't gonna do that.
Does the fire snake really want to reach into the water?
Obviously.
It does with a natural 20. Yeah.
Okay. Is that an attack?
Yeah, that's the attack.
Oh,
It's
okay,
ju-
okay.
It's just swiping at you.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Do, do, do.
Natty 20.
Silvery Barb's only a bard. That's a wizard and a bard thing.
Natural can do it
I
too.
think you could take it on other things too. I might be able to take that.
He's
I
rolling
don't
far
know.
too many nat 20s. For
Apparently,
my
I
liking.
didn't take any spells that are reactions because you know
Can't be
Druids
doing
can do
that.
it too. Maybe I'm wrong.
maybe I don't have any. I don't know. I feel like there should be more under that tab than there is, but there's just not anything.
So that is
Okay.
17 points of
Okay.
damage. 9 of that was fire.
Okay.
But it was 17 total.
Is
Bard,
the
sorcerer,
fire
wizard,
damage
Sam.
impacted by the wall of
Bard,
water?
sorcerer, or wizard.
Actually, I'll say that because you're inside a wall of water, that'll give you resistance to the fire part of the damage.
Okay.
So 17 so
90.
13 total.
Okay, 13 total. That's whoopsie. Come on. That's right.
So take 4 hit points back.
All good.
And the second attack is a 16.
Which will still hit.
Okay. So that is 6 points of damage total. I have already halved the fire.
Okay.
And that is that fire snake's turn. It is now Lula and Brutus.
Alright.
Lulu.
So if Lula casts a spell, she cannot cast another spell through. Like if I cast one spell.
You can, so if you spend your bonus action and reaction to cast the bonus action spell through the homunculus, you can use your action to cast another spell.
Okay, but it would have to be a bonus action spell.
Yeah, you can't do 2 actions.
Can't do 2 actions. Okay.
And one of those 2 spells has to be a cantrip.
I say it's like bonus action spell, then your action has to be a cantrip.
Yeah, something like that. Okay. That's not gonna work then. That's fine. I am going to watching Helia fall but not seeing the transformation. Lula is going to reach out and point at her and cast Vortex Warp.
There we go.
And teleport her body 90 feet. I'm going to put her in the fountain next to the bug. Next to Bug and next to Zill.
Okay. Drop her in the fountain.
However you want to play the potential drowning thing, I don't care at the moment. That is
I love that. Like, I just imagine Lula's expression where she it's like, oh yeah, I'll put her in the water. You put her out, and then it's like, oh shit, she's unconscious.
She's unconscious. She can't swim right now.
I will.
Why are you white?
It's true.
Like, wait, what happened to you?
I will say for a
go?
couple of different reasons.
Yeah.
Sam, you don't notice any of this
No.
because you you essentially throw Helia behind you into the fountain.
Yeah, I just
You know, at a minimum, Helia is no longer on fire.
okay.
Yep.
That's all she cares
That-
about.
that's important.
Solid.
That's important.
Important shit.
And then she will tell Brutus to bonus. So that's action. Bonus action is gonna tell Brutus to fight
Okay.
because he's angry. Is my spell attack modifier to hits. So that is sorry. I have so many fucking tabs to
Yeah.
play this character.
That'll happen.
All right. Hits.
Oopsie, what am I doing?
19 on the die. Couldn't have been a 20.
Nope.
But 27.
Definitely hits.
He fights in, and that is a D3. 7 points of, I assume, magical? It doesn't say.
If it doesn't say, it's not magical.
Okay, that's fine. Note to self. Can I infuse the magic weapon infusion into Brutus?
Into Brutus's face.
Mm-hmm.
Only one way to find out.
To make him magical. That's a thought for a future.
Brutus takes 1 point of
Future
fire
sense,
damage
That's fine.
as the fire touches him back.
That's fine. And I think that's everything. Because they don't get a bonus action. So. And then Bug is gonna dodge because it can't cast a spell.
Okay.
Done.
Helia, it is your turn. You're unconscious, but you're not on fire. But you might be drowning.
Small miracles.
Sorry.
You're fine. I need to make a death save, right?
I am making your death save.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
And that is your turn.
Mm-mm.
You are still unconscious.
Oh,
Endeavor,
I need to.
it is your turn.
Hang on. Okay, no. Needed to roll concentration on lightning. Yeah, okay, we're still good. We're above 10. We're good. I didn't take anything over 20 damage, right, guys?
No.
Okay, then I was good. Okay, yeah, so we're just gonna
In order to do 20 damage, I would have to either crit or roll literally max damage.
okay. Well, yeah, in order to avoid the situation that just happening again, we're just going to lightning down on this big boy.
Okay.
So dex save on big boy.
Kill it.
Now.
No.
9. Probably not enough.
Oh, we rolled good on that one. 26 lightning damage.
Yes.
Fuck yes.
So from this cloud that is only like 10, 15 feet
Yeah,
above the ground, like
It's more like a fog.
the top of this creature is like
Mhm.
in the cloud. And that does it a little bit of a disservice because you see as this lightning just comes through the entire fiery form of this thing. And the bolt strikes the ground and the entire fire elemental like transforms into this swirling vortex and just rips
Yes.
itself apart.
Amazing.
I have to dodge anything?
No.
Okay.
Big did.
But you did. All right. I don't think I have bonus actions.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, nope, don't have those. Okay. Nope. Bonus action. Actually. Would I have seen
Make a perception check.
hell having been hell no longer being there? Oh shit.
Teleported.
I'm literally gonna not touch that and pick that up before the dog comes. Yeah, mostly since I saw them go down.
Mhm. Yeah, but this vortex, this fiery vortex rips itself apart, and there's nothing there,
Okay.
including hell.
Nothing there, including hell. Okay. It's like, oh shit, I killed them. 26 for
26.
perception.
You remember seeing Helia just before you threw that bolt down. You remember seeing Helia dying and on fire, and then suddenly they were gone, and you heard a splash in the fountain. So that is the first place you look, and you do see them.
Okay.
You
There
well,
we
you
go.
see a body floating in the fountain.
I see a body floating in the fountain. Oh, I love it. I love it.
I like how Tina is laughing at that. Rhodes is not laughing because she knows what I'm capable of.
I just love that it's like I went from on fire to just basically like drowning in the water.
Listen, there were options. That was the option.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
No, there were some options, most definitely.
Oh, I'm not complaining.
No.
At
That's
this
cool.
point, I'm either dead by fire or dead by drowning. So I don't know what my death saves were.
Yeah, that's true.
very true.
Dustin will reveal them at the end of this, I'm sure.
Okay. Then yeah. Then seeing that they're, over by the water, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Life is good. Life is good. We're over by the water. I'm gonna hang out here by this fucker who is still up in my business.
Oh, and you already did your action to.
Yeah, I already did my action.
I'm waiting for you
and
to
I
roll
can-
an attack roll against the fire.
No. I can either bonus action revert or bonus action heal, not both in the same turn.
Yeah.
Which means I am not the person who can get to them first this turn.
Yeah. So that is your turn then.
Yes.
Next up is the fire snake that is tangling with Lula and Brutus.
Disadvantage against Lula, please.
Yep. With the tail slap.
Tail slap.
Could have been another fucking natural 20.
You need to stop.
I really like.
silvery
I really.
barbs.
his dice.
I definitely need
Lick
to call
his dice.
Dave tomorrow and tell him.
I need to
Yeah,
yell
Sam
at
will
him.
Lick his dice.
I need to touch all of them.
So the bite is going to be against Brutus.
Poor boy.
That is a 16.
Will just hit unless you let me cast shield on both of us.
I mean, he's your mount. Yeah.
Oh
You
wait,
wanna-
you know what?
Is that how?
Yeah.
What?
I have mounted combatant.
Mm-hmm.
Artificing seems hard.
Yeah. You. Is triggering mounted combatant? Does that require your reaction?
It doesn't say. It says while you are mounted and not incapacitated, you gain the following benefits. You can force an attack targeted at your mount to target you instead.
Yeah, you can do that.
It doesn't say as a reaction.
No,
So
then it
I will
doesn't
let
cost
it
her.
I will let it do that. It was a 16.
16.
Misses.
You force it to target you, and then
Forces
you
to
shield.
target me and then I don't even shield. My AC is 17.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Do, do, do.
I feel like that should be a reaction, but I'm not gonna complain.
Next is the Eladrin. The Eladrin is going to, while maintaining concentration on that wall of water, the Eladrin is going to actually cast a healing word on Helia.
Yes.
You get 2 hit points.
And you're drowning.
Um,
Fine.
yeah. You get a healing word. You are back up. You are alive and conscious.
And I
And
take a breath in and inhale.
and you're wet. And you are in the fountain, so you are no longer the small dead.
Small dead.
Small dead.
There's a term for that, but okay.
Yeah, so that is the Eladrin's turn. The fire elemental is dead. Zill, it is your turn.
Okay.
him.
So a body showed up in the fountain. I don't know who that is, but they're breathing and they're like
Yeah.
moving around now. So not the priority. So I'm
Mhm.
going to shoot the fire snake in front of Lula. Actually, no, I'm gonna reload the magical pistol, which takes one of my attacks, yes?
Yes.
Correct.
So okay. Then I try to shoot it.
Like how like the decision on what is, priority and not right now is it fire? No?
Mhm.
Okay, not priority.
Not
Like,
priority.
you're breathing, so you're fine.
Yeah. You're good.
You bad, shoot you.
And frost elementals show up.
Yeah.
Hey, I can do that. I have things for those.
Yeah, we have stuff for that.
Yeah.
You just
I will
roll
take a
that
picture.
20.
Higher spells today.
I
Roll nat
did.
20?
I did. I will take a picture because I don't understand how my dice are being so nice.
The
Yes.
amount of 20s that I've come up with and not even been able to use, fucking roll it.
It makes up for
my
not
dice.
having the horses yesterday.
Yeah, for yesterday where my dice were like single digits. Fuck you.
They're like, we're sorry. Like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah.
First they're
Right.
sour.
Not amazing. 18 points of damage.
Okay.
Hey,
It had.
that should kill you.
Yeah, you're targeting the one tangling with Lula and Brutus, right?
Yes.
Big death. All right. Anything else? Any bonus action or extra movement or anything that you want to do?
I don't really have any viable bonus actions, and why would I get closer? So I'm good.
All right.
I took sharpshooter for a reason.
Yeah.
Do not ever need to get close.
Mm-hmm.
Do, do, do. All right. Next up is that last fire snake.
Mm-hmm.
That last fire snake is actually going to cheese it. So it's gonna move here, and Endeavor, you can get an attack of opportunity.
Yes, I can. What's my bonus on this guy? 6, I believe. He is a tiger. Yeah, so 22.
Okay.
22, yes.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, 2d6 plus 5 is 9 points of the slashing.
Okay. It is going to double move. It is going to get out from under the cloud, and it is going to go after this townsperson.
Asshole.
Because everybody ran, but then they all stopped because
They're
fights
dumb.
are exciting.
Mm.
So that is that fire snake's turn. Lula and Brutus, it is your turn next.
Woohoo! How many hit points do you get? A ton.
Oh.
That's okay. Lula's gonna turn them around. Seeing the fire elemental fleeing, is actually going to send Bug 5, 15 to fly over here.
Okay.
And she will use her action to cast Shocking Grasp through the house.
Okay.
That is a plus. Nat 20.
There we
Hell
go.
yeah.
Very nice.
So that is 16 points plus another. Not a D. Oh, almost max. 24, 31 points total.
Really
Even if
kill
it hadn't already taken damage, you would have killed it almost half again.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it only had 13 hit points.
That's okay. Don't care.
Overkill is still kill.
Overkill
Yeah.
is still kill.
There is no kill like overkill.
Does Bug take any hit points? Any damage?
Oh yeah. Bug takes 5 points of fire damage.
Yikes.
Oh, and Endeavor, you would have taken some fire damage from that opportunity attack, which is 3 halved to 1
Sweet.
because you are inside water.
That was so smart. That's
Mhm.
smart.
3. Okay. We are a very, very smoky beast.
All right. And the field goes still, and you hear nothing more than the distant shouts of the townspeople. Lula, the townsperson that almost got eaten by that fire snake, definitely wets his pants.
Oh no.
And yeah, unfortunately, the building is still on fire. You all take a second to collect yourselves, and you hear a beam, something somewhere in the building, comes crashing down. You hear
Something.
yeah, something inside the building is. You just hear a crashing sound as the building continues to burn.
If I stick my head, my animal head, out, out of the water, I'll come out of the water to do this. I want to sniff for anybody else.
Okay.
The missing Thuldar.
Thuldar with an extra
Thuldar with the extra H.
Thuldar.
I want to use keen senses just to make a perception check with smell to see if I can sniff out basically, human blood, something that might indicate someone left inside. Nat 20 for
Jesus
28.
You smell everybody that's ever walked. this
Um,
building.
Literally everyone.
It's real
like
hot.
when-
There's a lot of BO.
I mean,
It smells like dwarves.
really, so first off,
Mhm.
you don't smell anything behind you. All of the air is moving out
Yes.
from the center of this place. Actually, no, that's not true.
It would all be going in.
At the ground level, there's air rushing in. All you can smell is the people like directly behind you as air rushes in to the building, into where the fire is, and then up as the air heats. But I mean, you smell gnomes, you smell dwarves, you smell all kinds of creatures.
But nothing further in.
It is, you can see and have a pretty good view. I'm gonna
Yeah, you can remove that. That's gonna drop anyway.
you sticking your head like into
Mhm.
this fire, you can see that it is extensive enough that unless someone had considerable protection in the short time that this fire has been blazing, there would be almost nothing left of a human by now.
Okay. So if he's in there, it was not good.
Yeah. If he was in there and is still in there, it doesn't matter if you find him or not.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, then I'm going to step out of the wall of water, in the direction of not fire.
Mm-hmm.
And reconfigure myself into a person form
Okay.
so that I can be a person again. And then, yeah. We don't have anything.
We're out of combat now, right?
Yeah, we are out of combat.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't
I would like to get out of the fountain.
Yeah, you climb out of the fountain and you come to a sudden realization. You're taller than you usually are.
It's easier to climb out of the fountain than I was expecting.
It's easy.
And I immediately just like look around to see if any of my compatriots have noticed or are even paying attention.
Everyone can see you.
She'll immediately just like put her hood back up, and as she like pulls her hood up, it like starts to obscure her face.
This is
in
the
an effort
first.
to
Is this
not...
this is the first time we've ever seen this, correct?
Yeah.
And there's never been. Do you think she would have hinted toward anything? Anything that would have been
I think
indicative?
that she would have hinted towards the fact that she has the ability to make herself look like other people, whether or not you interpreted that as she's a master of spycraft. Of course she does. Or she knows disguise self. Of course she does. Or whether you interpreted it as the truth that it was. It would be up to...
I'm really sorry. All I can envision now is that when Cord is in your like neutral form, you look like a younger Dana Carvey from like the 90s or early 2000s.
Okay.
She's got very long hair, like kind of, I don't know. It's like emo, but make it like stark white.
Emo, but negative.
Yeah. She pulls her hood up, and for the sake of not making her form shrink and grow like this is very obvious, she makes herself just look like a half elf, but with the same color red hair that she typically has as a dwarf.
Do I notice the change happen? I'm like standing right next to her. This person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say yes because you're standing right fucking there. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it.
Okay.
Unless you want to do an opposed
Mm.
stealth or perception.
I don't
Horde,
think that she's paying attention to the fact that Zilla's right next to her. It's just this notion of, oh shit, I need to not be a blank slate.
yeah.
So, like, I won't even make that stealth check. Like, if you're standing right next to me, you probably saw it.
Okay.
How? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, like, what is this universe's understanding, knowledge, etc. of changelings? Is it like an extremely rare thing? Trying to understand what the response would be.
Someone replaced our friend.
Well, and I guess how would dwarves view Fae? Because
Yeah.
changeling's a Fae.
And are
Yeah.
changelings Fae in this world? Because depending on which book you look
True,
at,
yeah.
they're either.
Mm-hmm. I will say that they are technically, I suppose, no more or less rare than seeing like a satyr walking around, which is rare, but it's it's not really cause for alarm. The difference being that anytime you've ever seen a changeling, you probably didn't know that they were a changeling
Mm.
because there's this kind of negative connotation associated with hiding your identity to that degree among civilized society.
So Zill sees this happen and probably is like a little wary, like, I don't know who you are, but okay, you were someone that was here. Like, there were tons of people here that were caught up in the drama. So I don't know who you are, but he's probably just gonna like run in the direction of his friends and probably, run over here and be like, hey, has anybody seen hell? Because he knows nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At this point, the Eladrin runs over to you and says, I don't know where the three of you came from, but I'm one smith short. We have to find one of my employees. His name is Suldar.
Where was he?
Uh,
Glancing back toward the like crumbling, burning ruin.
his uh his station is uh is in the opposite corner, and he points towards the mostly still intact corner of the building.
Mm.
But I haven't seen him since that first explosion.
Uh, as Zill moves back towards the party, she hears him say, "Where's hell?" And as she's running, she will revert to that dwarven form that you guys are used to seeing. I'm right
Okay.
here. We could go
Court,
look
go
for
ahead and
Solder.
make a stealth check.
So I'm gonna take the bug. cast Mending to heal and then stash it. Because unfortunately, I
Okay.
can't see through its eyes, so it doesn't help on scouting.
No.
12.
Okay.
I rolled like shit, but I have a +9, so there's that.
I will say that Zill and Endeavor catch this half elf suddenly shrink a little bit as they run up to you.
Do you also shift into a dwarf?
Yeah, I shift back into
Okay, you go back to your
my typical
self.
visage of a dwarf. Blue eyes, red hair. All my clothes like you usually are used to seeing me. A little more burnt than usual.
A lot more burnt.
Yeah.
And damp.
How are you? How do you look? Like, how badly injured are you at this point?
I have 2 hit points, so I probably look fairly fucked.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Fairly fucked.
I vaguely remember this. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her
Okay.
hair is not like tied back in its usual like
Mhm.
business like tight ponytail. It's probably like long, just fallen like it was when she was in her changeling form, and she kind of looks between the two of you. Well, I suppose now you know.
I suppose we do,
We
but I don't.
later.
Yeah.
Later.
Busy.
Later.
One thing at a time.
I'm gonna heal. You really should not stand in fire for that long. It's not good for you.
I wasn't standing in the fire. The fire stood in me.
That's true.
As you are all doing this and having this quick
4.
moment, the Eladrin uh continuing to concentrate
11.
on this wall of water, reaches out
11.
his hands
11.
and
Which is
essentially pushes the wall over to try and douse just a huge swath of water.
Maybe like the part by the house that's still good.
Yeah. Well, he essentially takes the wall and and does this. He essentially lays it down flat.
Okay.
And this blue rectangle is completely doused. Just smoke and steam and no more fire.
Okay.
And as he does this, he says, please do what you can to find Thuldar. I'll stay here and do what I can on these flames. Hopefully there's no more elementals.
Dustin, can I take Brutus up to this alleyway? Check these windows.
Sure.
He and I are gonna gallop away.
Oh, there she goes again. Like we just didn't have a whole bunch of fire elementals come out. Just
And Helia will kind of lean over to Endeavor and just be like, you are a much better shapeshifter and Annabelle than Brutus.
I could have been a bigger dog.
Well, you did good though. Healed me.
That's true. It's like a good boy. What is this? What is this like zone up in here?
Yeah, is that part of the forge that's just not on fire?
This used to be a doorway.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Oh, it's probably the front door.
Yeah. So once we're done, I'll show you guys what this building used to look like before I blew it up.
Sweet.
It's probably really nice.
Well,
It was really nice once.
I think
Um,
I'll head
but
in through the knot door.
okay. I would like you to make first. Rhodes, what are you doing?
I actually want to go over to those two schmucks that were bickering
Uh-huh.
because they knew something.
They
And
did
so
something.
he's gonna go again, full cop mode,
Mhm.
interrogation. He will ask if they've seen Thuldar, but like, have you seen him? You know, what
did you
caused
do?
this explosion? Like, he pulls out a little notepad and a little
Mhm.
pen. He's like
Yeah.
ready to take notes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
then
did what?
Court, what are you doing at this point?
I am actually going to go with Endeavor to help look through the building to see if there's any clues, to see if we can find Thuldar as well. I'm gonna
Okay.
lend my
Um,
perception to that.
then
please.
I would like Court and Tina to make acrobatics or athletics checks to try and get into the building around these flames. Sam, I would like you to make a perception check, and while you're doing that,
Mhm.
Rhodes, we're gonna have a conversation with you.
Go ahead and acrobatics for me.
But you go over to these two schmucks that are still fucking arguing, um, and ask if either of them have seen Thuldar. And the fire genasi turns to you and says, not since this idiot blew up half the building. His station is on the other side from where we work." And the turtle says, "It wasn't my fault," and they just, they're
And he'll just look at the fire genasi and say, "And why do you think that this gentleman here started the explosion?"
they explain. Go ahead and make a either intimidation or persuasion.
Oh, it's
But
intimidation.
whichever is more your style.
Oh, 100% intimidation. It's a 21.
21. Perfect.
Yes.
You slap these two chuckle fucks around a little bit, and they explain that both of these guys are artificers, and they are employed by the forge to maintain the furnaces and everything else. The way that they do that is essentially they're elemental ranchers, but fire elementals need to be penned in, as it were. And they were doing what should have been just a routine maintenance on the pens to contain these elementals, and something wasn't done correctly. The Genasi says it was the turtle's fault. The turtle says that it was the Genasi's fault. Something got fucked up, and containment was breached, essentially. The elementals got out, and the the rest is as you've experienced it.
I'll just kind of give a little bit of a sigh, say, neither of you two go anywhere.
Mm.
In fact, go to your boss, report to him, explain what you just explained to me. As if he's like in charge of them. But then he just like walks off. He just tells them what to do, and then he walks off towards the building to like go find the rest of the group and see what they're doing. It's like,
You do, as part of their statement, you do get their names. The Genasi's name is Ember, and the turtle's name is Tazak. Tazak.
yep, would have been wrong if we had played the game. Yep.
IK.
Yeah,
I was gonna do IK.
Sorry, that was my fault. I pronounced it more with an I sound.
It's okay.
Sam,
Yes.
You got like a 20 something in your
21
perception.
nat 20.
Okay. You look in this window and you can see that you can see essentially what you can see. But the entire area, the building, and you can
Sorry. that was
Dang,
Max.
Max!
I think he is having a drink and scared himself.
God, I missed that.
I think that's the loudest I've ever heard that dog.
Seriously.
So you can from what you can see looking in on this side of the shop, you can tell that there were probably, 5 or 6 different like stations, almost like cubicles, that made up this this blacksmithy. Um, and now from a couple of places, you've heard that Thuldar's station was this one at the end, furthest from the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
The entire inside is completely black with smoke. You can only really see any of this because of all of the air rushing in, and it is feeding smoke towards the fire and then up instead of just billowing out into these empty spaces and out the windows here. But the other thing that you notice is just around the corner from the wall that you're on is a doorway, and that door is open.
Right. We're gonna head in that direction.
Okay.
Oh.
Sam, go ahead and make a perception check.
19.
19. You not far from the door in this alleyway, you see an unconscious person. Court and Tina.
Yes.
Can I
While
get
that's all happening.
Sorry, can I just use my movement to get to him?
Yeah.
Brutus's movement, rather.
Court and Tina. You what did you guys roll on your acrobatics, athletics?
I rolled an 11 acrobatics.
Okay.
17 acrobatics.
I'm still
Tina,
wobbly.
you are fine. Court, you take 2 points of fire damage as you get a little singed on your way through that gap.
I mean, considering that I was just nearly dead, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say at this point there is so much smoke and shit in here. I am gonna have each of you make a perception check with disadvantage.
That's fair. That's fair. Bad. 9. 17.
Or
Do I have?
Sorry, it's a 11.
okay.
I had to check one of my features that it's for something else.
I think I use Druidcraft to make just sort of like a very, very light sort of wind puff. Just not going to necessarily counter what's going on with the fire, but just to try and kind of clear out enough space so I don't maybe knock into anything.
Okay. Yeah, you guys get much of the same kind of vibe from the construction of this building that There was probably 5 or 6 of these different stations. Um, 2 of them are completely destroyed and engulfed in flames. One of them is the one in the corner is actively burning. The last 2 are just filled with smoke and it's just difficult to see.
Mm.
I would now like each of you to make a constitution saving throw.
Mm. Mm.
7.
Miss Jackson.
Okay. Again, Tina, you're fine.
Mm.
Court, you are poisoned.
Okay.
You should not.
You are
You should not be
you're
in here.
standing in a building that's actively on fire and you're
Yeah,
breathing
can you
in
please not
smoke.
be in there?
I don't breathe.
Oh, that's true. So, yeah, Tina, you would be fine regardless.
I will take my cloak and wrap it. It's still wet as well. Wrap it around my face.
Okay.
So I'm not believing in a ton of
So yeah, you guys are able to discern some of these facts about the
Mhm.
building itself, but you do not see anybody inside.
Mm-mm.
And
we can kind of tell the rough layout where it's like, okay, we each have a room. Each of the rooms has its own forge,
Yeah, pretty much.
and presumably there were forges in the other spaces that are no longer in.
Mm-hmm.
They no
Yeah,
longer hold the
there's just
form.
this entire area. Everything is difficult terrain. There's rubble and debris and broken, burning shit everywhere.
Okay, that's awesome. Good job.
Roads. Where is Zill at this point?
He's probably going to follow after Lula, just because, split off 2 and 2. I know Brutus is there, but Brutus isn't a sentient being, so doesn't really count. So he'd head in that direction. Where am I? There I am. Do, do, do. So however far you think I got, I'll put my. I don't know. He's got short, stubby legs. So
Yeah, I mean, it takes you,
Oops.
20 seconds to run down that alley and around the corner. Sam,
Yes.
you have come upon this unconscious person.
Yes. I'll jump off of Brutus and cast Cure Wounds
Okay.
on this person. For 8 points.
Okay.
For being an artificer. Doing a lot of healing today.
All right. So you cast Cure Wounds, and a moment passes. A second moment passes, and suddenly, this person starts retching and coughing as they return to consciousness. They are still. I'm still going to consider them incapacitated.
Sure, just not actively dying.
Yeah, but they are hacking and coughing and just generally having a hard time in this smoke choked alleyway.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll just kind of try to help him sit up. I'm not. What does he look like? Is he dwarf? Is he
He's a dwarf.
dwarf? Any distinguishing marks like tattoos or anything?
As a matter of fact, he's covered in soot and ash. It seems that he does have some fairly severe burns along his entire one side of his body. Um, and I'll say his entire right side is all covered in burns, like burns on his face, parts of his beard are singed off.
Not the beard.
All of his clothes are burned up and tattered. But on his left side, like on his neck, throat, chest, like all up in here, is a tattoo. Um, it is a mark of the Anvilbron clan.
Okay.
Zill, you come around the corner just as this individual begins this big coughing, hacking fit. Court and Tina, meanwhile, what are you doing, or what are you specifically doing inside the building?
Well, since we're unaware that he is out back, that they found anyone back there, I think I'm heading toward the back corner that we were pointed toward.
Okay.
Yep,
That's where we
same.
were told.
And you're just kind of clearing the area,
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
for pretty much anybody.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking
Alright.
for pretty much anyone, or a body of any kind. Probably on the way. Especially since I have a little easier time of it in here, I will reach a hand out for Helia and do a little more healing.
Okay.
Yeah, give you a little more of the heals.
Appreciate you.
I would like both of
Okay.
you to make investigation checks then,
Okay.
both with disadvantage.
2, 4, 8. So 8 points of healing.
18 for me.
Okay.
Probably not good for me. Yeah, 12.
Okay. You find
Oof.
a lot of like destroyed equipment. The both of the forges that are still intact are, for all of the fire on the outside of these forges are noticeably growing cold.
Okay.
Um,
Did the
Where we're standing, do we see the open door on the other side of I can't ping, but
whoever is in that area is searching that particular cubicle, I'll call it, does see the open door.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm following Endeavor,
Yeah.
keeping an extra
Okay.
eye out as well. So
Then yeah,
so-
you both would have seen that open door.
Okay.
and is that Lula standing right by the door?
Yeah, Brutus.
I'll assume we can see her standing in the doorway.
Yeah.
I'll kind of nudge Endeavor
Mm-hmm.
back there. And then she'll be like, kind of need to get out of here. Unlike you, I
Go.
have to breathe.
I think I got the black lung pop.
Yeah.
Wow, your
Alright.
movie reference was way better than mine.
You go.
25, 30. I'll head for the door.
Okay.
And
I want to inspect the forge.
she's gonna kind of nudge Lila and Brutus out of the way just to get out of the building. Find anything?
Yeah,
Mm.
she'll kind of point to the person.
Huh.
I'll say she's
Who
like,
is-
she probably moved up.
Yeah, and at this point he's still like having a hacking coughing fit.
Just kind of waiting it out.
Uldar?
But not yet.
You see that the individual is having this coughing hacking fit, but kind of like tries to nod,
Mm-mm.
and then starts like waving his arms like,
Mhm.
and like pointing down the alleyway.
I'll guide Brutus next to him to help,
Mhm.
so he can like grab Brutus and help himself up.
Okay.
Helia is going to say, well, your brother sent you a bill, but I think you have bigger problems at the moment.
Especially if his health insurance sucks as much as ours does.
No, every other guild has better health insurance than us.
They also have higher dues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thuldar kind of gets up and then just like flops over and then on top of Brutus.
Try his hardest to kind of walk down
Okay.
the alleyway. Or back out. Actually, probably away from the fire, so back around the corner.
Mm.
Okay.
Do it
Following.
backwards.
Yeah, he kind of does that like weird like dog
Mhm.
shimmy backwards,
Mm-hmm.
and then is able to turn and then follows Il back out to the front, the grass.
Okay.
Mm.
Endeavor, you
Yeah.
wanted to investigate this forge in
I want to
particular?
guess. Yeah, I mean, it's the only one I'm near, so. But given that there's basically there seems to be a lot of fire that came out over there and not a lot of fire in the places fire should be.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation +5 is 22.
Okay. Um, I mean, you're not a smith.
No.
It
Wait.
looks like a forge.
No, I have proficiency with Smith's tools.
So you are kind of a smith.
At least
Uh,
I at least understand some of how it works from being with Lula.
At a first glance, it looks like a blacksmith's forge.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really look anything special.
Yeah.
But you go poking around at it and you realize that there's a channel underneath the
Mm.
forge that goes down.
Mm.
And make um make an intelligence check with your proficiency bonus.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh.
Because you're proficient with Smith's tools.
Oh, that's right. I did put something in intelligence. That's nice. I couldn't remember if I did or not. Was that a 19 or a 12? 12, 13, 16.
16. Okay.
Yes.
You are
Stick my head in
starting
the
to get
forge.
you get the impression that all of the heat is supposed to be right here in this forge. There's not, I mean, there's still a fair amount of residual heat
Mhm.
because the forges were all active earlier in the day. But with these elementals being out and now dead, and all of the fire on the outside,
Mhm.
and no more heat on the inside of this forge, you're starting to put the pieces together that the heat of these elementals was probably what was fueling the whole building.
Mm. And the channel is is it like a deep channel or a long channel? Like, would it be a case of we stick elementals inside each forge, or is it or more of a we stick elementals or somewhere else and it's being kind of up?
And the heat is being pumped up to
Okay,
these
so it would be
forges.
it's being pumped.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if pumped is really the right word, but all of the there does not appear to be enough space for this forge to have its own
To be housing a
elementals.
elemental.
Correct.
It
The
would have
elementals
come
go somewhere else.
I was gonna say it would have come from elsewhere. Okay. All right. Well, that is good to know. And there's the down space. Looking into that, like the channel that's there. How far?
I mean,
can
it's
one-
all black.
black.
The channel
But-
is not wide enough to fit a person down.
No, but is it wide enough to stick like an arm down there?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Like just to get a sense of like, okay, is this going somewhere beneath the ground?
I will say if you want to try and stick your arm into this forge, even though it is growing cold, it is still
That's cool.
fairly hot.
That's okay.
He's like, I got the hit points.
No, it's
Okay.
fine. I mean,
Unlike myself.
I mean,
I
I'm
mean,
just
I don't really
saying.
have a lot of stuff I can chuck. Oh no, I do. Okay, I have sling bullets that I can chuck. I want to just chuck one down
Okay.
the hole.
The
See how long it
sling
takes to hear it to
bullet.
hit something.
I mean, you chuck it into the
Mm.
hole, and it
Mm.
clatters against stone and metal, and you can hear it just kind of like bouncing around on its way down.
Okay, but it takes a little bit. Like it'd be deeper than the floor. It's not just like a little chamber.
Oh, it's way
Okay.
deeper than just to the floor.
Okay, so it's coming up from somewhere underneath. At which point I will start proceeding toward the door and the friends.
Okay. You by the time you get out, all of your friends are gone. But yeah, you follow the alley back around to the front of the building, and at that point you see Thuldar, you see Court and Rhodes and Sam and that Eladrin that had the water wall. They are all talking in the front of the building.
Where are you guys?
We're through that where you were in that forge.
Yeah.
Or through that back door.
We haven't moved our
Oh,
minis
They
yet.
didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here, I move.
Okay.
Da-da-da.
Okay. I was like, but they're not there.
Oh
They're
no!
not there.
Where am I? I moved too far.
Oh,
Oh, wait. Bring me
oh
back.
God.
No, go back.
Nobody do anything. I will move everybody's minutes.
Hands up.
Pretty sure I'm making out with somebody now. Okay.
There, now everybody's in the same place. God damn it.
Hi, friends.
And these two chuckle fucks are also here.
They're so fired.
Yeah, seriously.
So you have you have Thuldar alive,
Mm-hmm.
mostly. You have all of your compatriots alive, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
And to finish putting all the pieces together of what the fuck just happened here, you will have to tune in next week.
Mhm.
Yay.
And we will call it there.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
That was a super fun first session.
That was a great
It was
first
good. It was
session.
good.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
I'm loving this group.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to get you guys the next location. I have already kind of spoiled the next location for Sam.
Oh my god, I love it so much though. It's so good.
The life of the DM's wife.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Sam doesn't know what is going to happen there,
No.
but Sam has seen the map.
Yeah, but it's fun.
But yeah, thanks
It's like how
everybody
Tina
for.
makes my maps for me for our Sunday game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get described a location and I make it and then things happen on it.
Yeah.
Fair.
Sure.
So, but yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
playing, everybody.
Thanks for
Anybody who tuned in, thanks
Yeah.
for playing. And yeah,
Good
and we
Thanksgiving,
will.
everybody.
Yeah,
Good
have a good
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
We will be
Yes.
back
Next week.
next Wednesday
Yes.
as normal. I am pretty sure we'll be around on Sunday for
We run on
co-op.
Sunday for co-op for Sassy Sunday.
Mhm.
Our lovely DM has made overlays with our streaming schedule in the top corners.
Mm.
Yeah.
As well as in the middle is our Extra Life Part 2, Electric
Yes.
Boogaloo.
Yes.
December
Yeah.
30th from 12 p.m. Central to 12 a.m.
Come spend New Year's Eve with us.
Yes.
Yes.
And
New
raise some
Year's
more money.
Eve.
We are so close, y'all. Like
Yes.
$650. We're so close.
Yeah.
We've got it. We're gonna get there. I know
We're gonna get
We
there.
will.
But yeah, we'll be back with this next week. But Sassy Sunday on Sunday.
Woohoo.
Yep.
Everyone have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yes, likewise.
Bye.
Bye,
Okay,
friends.
bye.
Good night,
Good
Internet.
night.